The choice between Windows 11 and Linux Mint is a long-standing debate, and which one is actually better depends on your individual needs. Linux Mint is known for being great for extending the life of older computers, which are unable to upgrade to Windows 11, and for technical users who like more customization and control over their operating system. In this video, we will explore 5 reasons why Linux Mint is better than Windows 11. The security of both operating systems depends on what you use them for, but Linux Mint has some advantages over Windows 11 in terms of security. By default, users in Linux Mint operate with standard permissions and must authenticate with a password to perform administrative actions like installing software or updating the system. This prevents unauthorized changes and makes it harder for malware to infect the whole system. For general desktop users, the lower market share of Linux does reduce the risk of malware, mainly because threat actors focus on operating systems with more users to maximize their impact. However, Linux is not immune to threats and can still be compromised by running a malicious downloaded file or disabling critical security features. While an antivirus is not strictly necessary for most general desktop users, installing one like ClaimAV can still add peace of mind. For users moving from Windows to Linux, the habit of using one might persist. Linux also powers most web servers and cloud infrastructure, which makes them attractive targets for various threats, including ransomware and viruses. Using antivirus software is a standard part of a security strategy for businesses and organizations managing Linux servers. Linux Mint generally runs faster and uses fewer system resources like RAM and CPU, making it feel more responsive. It has less pre-installed bloatware and fewer background services, leading to better performance for everyday tasks. It also has much lighter hardware requirements than Windows 11, which extends the lifespan of older PCs which are unable to upgrade due to hardware limitations. Overall, it runs much faster than Windows 11 on older or less powerful PCs, which are often incompatible with Windows 11's requirements. As a Linux distribution, Mint offers a high level of customization through its desktop environments, like Cinnamon. You can change themes, adjust the size of scroll bars and fonts, alter window decorations, and even reposition the panel or adjust its size and behavior. The open-source nature of Linux allows users to have control to modify the system to their exact needs. Unlike Linux Mint, Windows 11 is a closed-source system, which means its customization options are limited by Microsoft's design. Customization in recent versions of Windows is restricted to a more global scale, such as changing the overall theme, scale factor, or font size. For example, Windows 11 has become more restrictive with its taskbar, limiting options for customization that were previously available. Linux Mint generally gives you more control over privacy than Windows 11. Windows 11 collects usage data and error reports to improve the system, and you can't fully disable all telemetry in the Home Edition. Linux Mint doesn't include hidden telemetry or data collection features in its core operating system. However, some individual applications that come bundled with it, like certain browsers, may have their own data collection, which you can usually disable in the application settings. Also, Linux Mint uses local accounts, where user information is stored on the computer itself rather than being tied to an online service. During installation, you create a username and password for your main account, while Windows 11 strongly pushes for a Microsoft account to set it up and has been making it harder to set up a new PC without an account. Unlike Windows 11, which uses an automated update process, Linux Mint gives you full control over when and if you install updates, preventing unexpected reboots. The Update Manager lets you view, select, and install updates, and most of them don't require an immediate restart. Instead of the system deciding for you, you can decide when to install them. Linux Mint is open source, as it's built on other open source operating systems like Ubuntu and Debian, and consists mainly of free and open source software. It makes some proprietary software, like third-party drivers and codecs, available through a separate option during installation to maintain full multimedia support, but its core components are open source. The Linux Mint team believes in open source, sharing its code, and allowing others to build upon its work. This leads to improved community collaboration and transparency, which is important for developers and security analysts. The open-source nature of Linux means the code is reviewed by a large community, and potential security vulnerabilities can be found and fixed quickly by many developers, rather than a smaller, select group at Microsoft. Unlike Linux Mint, Windows 11 is a closed-source operating system, although Microsoft has made certain parts, like the Windows subsystem for Linux and the UI framework, open source. The core Windows 11 operating system remains closed source, meaning the public can't view or directly modify the source code. While Linux Mint has many benefits over Windows 11, We wouldn't say it's a suitable choice for all users, and many users may find Windows 11 works better for them. Windows 11 is a better choice for users who prioritize ease of use, extensive commercial software, and game compatibility, and broad, out-of-the-box hardware support. For the average user, Windows 11 offers a familiar and easy-to-use interface with a gentler learning curve compared to Linux, which often requires more technical expertise and command line usage for configuration and troubleshooting. Many industry-standard applications, such as the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite and the full Microsoft Office suite, are developed for Windows and don't have native Linux versions. For users who need a straightforward, ready-to-use system with maximum software and hardware compatibility, Windows 11 is still a good choice. If you want to stay up to date with more insightful content like this, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. To receive notifications whenever our channel posts new content, you can also click on the bell icon.